What up, what up, what up, what up, baby? What's the deal, man? Hey, listen, you are now on the clock with Doc, man. How y'all feeling this morning, man? Y'all already know what time it is, man. Morning motivation is going down. How y'all feeling? Y'all come on up in here, man. Yeah. Say, listen, it's Monday, man. It's January 27th, man. We making it. We making it through the month. My birthday, say, listen, my birthday in 2 weeks, baby. February the 9th is going down, man. I'll be 45 years old, man. And I just thank God that, like, he let me live to see 45, man. You feel what I'm saying? Say, listen, man, I thank God in that, man. How y'all feeling this morning, man? Y'all doing okay? Huh? How y'all feeling this morning? What's going on, man? Y'all come on up in here. You know I ain't doing no tripping, man. I'm blessed. All is well, so I won't complain one bit. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling? Been a good weekend. It's been a great weekend for me as well. TikTok, what's going on, man? Y'all already know what time it is over here, man. What's up with it? How y'all feeling? Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, y'all good? Hey, I got a good message for y'all today, man, and I think it's gonna be something that a lot of people who's been riding with me, who's been stopping in, listening to me, checking me out, all of these different things. I think this one's gonna be a pretty good one today, man. So I just want y'all to ride with me for a little bit. You feel me? And just a real quick plug. I ordered me some of my books, so I got me 50 copies of my book, man. And if people want to order one of my copies, you can order it live right now. I'm gonna sign it for you, and I'll have it in the mail for you later on today. They $15 a copy. So y'all just let me know on that, man, and we're gonna make it do what it do. But we finna push it through. Rico, what's up, baby? We finna push through, man. So listen, today, I wanna talk about turning your setbacks into comebacks, right? Turning your setbacks into comebacks, because a lot of times we all may go through things, right? You got to realize life will knock you down, but it's not about the fall, right? It's not about the fall. TikTok, you hear me? It's about how you rise. It's about how when you actually get hit, you take the fall. What do you do after that? That's what truly matters, right? So we'll explore how you turn life's toughest moments into the foundation for your greatest comebacks, right? Because when people fall, and they fall very, very hard, and they have to do everything that they got to do to take the time to figure out the situation, come from up under that situation by themselves, they have a whole lot of life experiences that they get to take with them for the rest of their life. And guess what? When you go through an experience, a personal experience, can't nobody ever take that from you, man. Nobody can ever take a personal experience from you. A lot of times we just be going through the hard things and stuff will get hard and we don't even want to go through it. So sometimes we got to take the advice of others because we don't want to go through it. But you got to realize today, I'm going to let you know today, a setback ain't nothing but an opportunity for a major comeback, right? You got to change your perspective, right? Changing your perspective, taking practical steps toward, right? You got to realize that there are certain ways that you can do certain things to help you get to where you need to get, right? Life is going to be life. And a lot of times it is nothing that we can really do about life. Every single day that we live on this earth, we are going through a human experience. We get to live another human experience. Sometimes we may feel like those days are all the same, but I can guarantee you, man, if you was able to like do some real live recording and videoing every single day where you can actually go back and look at all of everything that happened that day, everybody you talk to, you'll realize that every single day in your life is just a different experience to help shape and mold you into who you said you wanted to be, right? So listen, I'm gonna just give you a few tips on what I feel like these setbacks that we can turn them around and turn them into comebacks. So y'all just ride with me for a second, right? The first thing I say is you got to realize that even though we don't see it like that as it's going down whenever it's happening, that some setbacks are actually lessons in disguise. Setbacks are, Listen, everything that you go through that knocks you down but don't knock you out, and we look at it as a setback, do you realize it holds a lesson in that setback? That experience that you're going through, if you can just grab the nuggets and the gems out of that experience, you'll realize that lesson that can prepare you for future opportunities. Like I always tell y'all when I be on here, right? Say you got a situation or problem and you going through something. I mean, it's hard. You can call people, they can't give you no help. So you get on YouTube University, you checking that out. Then you start, Googling and doing whatever you got to do to start figuring this stuff out, right? But you make it through. And then 5 years later, right, you in a room full of people. And this same situation that was 5 years ago that you had to learn and get a whole bunch of life lessons on, you went through it. And now you're in a room full of people who ain't never been through it. And you start getting all this memory of, you start remember, everything start coming back to you. And now you over there handling the situation, doing what you got to do. And people looking at you like, whoa, who is this? Where he come from? Where? You feel me? So you got to realize, man, that some setbacks and lessons, those are just blessings in disguise. And when you realize that, listen, anything that you go through, right? Anything that we go through actually is something there to help shape and mold us, help us grow. Man, listen, experience is the best teacher that you're going to ever have. And so you got to realize, if you just start understanding where you want to go and getting the tools and the utensils that you need to help go there, when you start going in that direction, things are going to start happening, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So as you're learning about this new thing and you going through it, you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have learning lessons, but you can take those setbacks and use them, right? Another thing is you got to learn how to shift your perspective. Right? You got to understand that when you switch your perspective, right, a setback is just temporary and it is necessary for certain parts of the journey, right? Just think, man, listen, I done been through so much. I done been in trouble. I got suspended when I was in school. I got pew-pewed. I pew-pewed other people, right? I've been to prison 3 times. And I was very, very disrespectful when I was in school. And so I totally get it, right? So now when I go back into the schools, I can see the old me. And then I can remember, man, I wish when I was young, this is what I had. And I just start giving to them what I once had. Not realizing those same problems that I was going through when I was in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I'm able to turn around and hand them to some youngsters that's in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And that's how I kind of look at stuff when I think about where I come from, what I've been through, and why I went through all of that. Because it was for a time such as this, man. Right? And so you think about where you at. Think about what you've been through. Now think about where you want to go. Right? And just start asking yourself, do any of this line up? Right? Like the things that I've been through in my life, is it lining up with what I'm going through right now? Right? Am I learning something? Is it helping and shaping and mold me to inform me to when I want to get down the road that I'm going to be better than I was today? Am I learning something? Right? So don't worry about the setbacks. So many times stuff don't happen the way that we want it to happen. Stuff don't happen in the time frame that we felt like it should happen, and we start thinking the worst. We think something happened and we think something wrong, and we either quit and give up, or we don't even really start because we don't really believe that we can do something, right? You got to understand, this is life. Sometimes life is like a slingshot, right? You going through all these hard things, and you feel like in life you just getting pulled back. You getting pulled back. You getting pulled back. Now realizing all this pulled back That ain't nothing but knowledge that you're getting to learn every single day. Every setback is another opportunity for you to get some experience and learn and learn and learn. And then you get pulled back so far, you start putting all that information, knowledge, and all of that together. Then next thing you know, it just shoots you out. So what you think is a setback is really a comeback. And it's going to be a hard comeback. Because whenever you take off, you're going to take off and you're going to go far. So don't worry about the little minimal hiccups that you be going through here and there. That is all a part of the journey, man. I can guarantee you, if you can sit down with 10 of the greatest people that you want to go sit down, whether these are people that's in your industry, these are people that you look up to, like whoever these people are, and you decided that, hey, I wouldn't mind getting to have lunch with these people and really just sit down and talk with these people. I can guarantee you, if you really look back in their history, most of those people, 90% of those people went through some hard stuff in their life. They regular people just like me and you, right? We all regular people. We all bleed red. We all, listen, you feel what I'm saying? We all of that. So, when you start to realize, what's up, Kimmy? When you start to realize that we all put our pants on the same way. So if we can understand that we got everything that we need inside of us that we've asked to have, because it's certain places that we want to go in our life. And you got to understand, life is not going to be easy. It's going to be a journey. And sometimes that journey is going to be super, super hard. And sometimes that journey, you're going to be on it by yourself. It's going to be people you felt like you thought was going to be there for you, and they not. It's going to be some total strangers that you don't even know. And that's okay. Hey, listen, as long as you don't give up on you, you're going to be okay. I promise you. Right? So listen, I don't know where you at right now in your situation or in your life. You might be right dab smack in the middle of a hard setback, one of the hardest setbacks you done been through in a long time. You really sitting here questioning that, thinking like, damn, am I really gonna make it through this here? Like, it's hard, it's cold, I'm hungry, I'm broke. Like, what do I ain't got no job. What do I do? Right? You might be right in the middle of one of them. Or you might be the person that just came out of it. Like, oh, Lord, thank you, boy. I ain't know how I was going to appreciate your fam. I ain't know how I was going to get out of that, but I sure thank the Lord that I was able to learn some stuff and get these things together so I can. You might be that. Hey, Tats. And then you might be the person that don't even know it, and life is just going good for you. You like, oh, I'm doing my thing, and you headed into it. Right? It ain't no telling where you at, but one thing I know, two things for sure, ain't nobody exempt from it. We all gonna go through it, because you gotta understand, setbacks, hard situations, those are all a part of life, man. Those are all, listen, a lot of times, people just done been through so much in their life, right? That they've learned that, guess what? What don't unalive me is only gonna make me stronger. So I'm fixing to keep on living. I'm gonna keep on putting one foot in front of the other. I'm gonna keep on walking, like no matter what I'm going through, I am going to decide right now, no matter where I'm at in the journey, that I'm not gonna quit no matter how hard it gets. And once you make that determination, right, you can have steps to bounce back even stronger. Because at some point, you got to decide in your mind what you're going to do before you eat. Because listen, if you wait to get out there where it's going down at before you decide what you're going to do, you're too late. you're too late. You got to make your mind up right now what you're going to do before you even get out there, because you don't know what it's going to look like out there. If you wait till you get out there to decide, you might get out there and see something that you just totally not comfortable with and say, well, you know what, man, I'm not doing this. You feel me? That's why you got to make your mind up before you even go out there. You got to make your mind up and say, listen, man, everything that I done been through back there, If I wasn't supposed to be here, that should have took me out. But because it didn't take me out, say, man, I'm fixing to go. It don't matter how hard. The only thing gonna stop me is if I'm not physically, mentally able to go anymore. Other than that, say, man, ain't nothing finna stop me. I don't care if I ain't got nothing to eat. I don't care. Ain't none of that gonna stop me, because guess what? The more I go through it, the more I go through these situations and these problems, me as a motivational speaker, all that's doing is giving me more content to talk about from a real life experience. Because sometimes people, they be getting up there talking and yada yada, but you can't feel it. But when somebody done been through it, when you done been through it too, when they talking, you can feel it like, nah, that's what I was going through. I feel that, boy. You feel me? That's why I've learned, because of what I want to do in my life, what I want to be in my life. It's certain experiences that I know that I got to go through, right? It's certain experience that I've already went through that I know should have knocked me out, but they didn't. So here I am on the clock with Doc. You feel me? I've made up my mind. I'm going to keep on showing up. And as long as I'm showing up and doing what I'm supposed to do, God gonna put the people in the room that's supposed to be in the room. I don't even look at the numbers or nothing. It don't matter who in here, man. I'm fixing to go and give them what I feel like the Lord has been sharing with me to share to y'all. And if it resonate with you, it resonate with you. And if it don't, it don't. You feel me? But I'm gonna show up. And I'm going to keep on showing up, and I'm going to keep on putting in the work. And then I realize the more you put in the work, the results is going to show no matter what. So some of the steps you can take to bounce back is to truly reflect. Take time to assess what happened and what could have been learned. That's just like, I'm not going to even lie. First time I got locked up and when I went to the penitentiary, I was in there literally trying to figure out how I could become a smarter criminal. Like, man, I knew I shouldn't have went to that fool house, man. When I get out, I'm not going over. Instead of thinking, man, I need to get out the streets, I need to do X, Y, Z, right? So I had to do some real reflection on myself. I had to truly ask myself, what do I want to go in life? What do I want to do in life? And then I had my kids coming up behind me, and they mamas from the suburbs. They not from the hood like me, right? So I know my kids not really cut out like that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to understand that, because I know me. And if my kids is out there and something happened to them, or somebody do something to them, you know, I listen. I tell people all the time. I'll be joking when I say it, but I'm so for real. You feel me? Like all that old stuff I used to know how to do, I still know how to do all of that. I just don't be doing it. I'll be chilling there. You feel me? And I'm blessed, so I stay out the way. But I'm saying, just because I'm saved, I'm not soft. You feel me? All that. Hey, listen, I keep on telling y'all, man, I got books. Lakin, what's up, nephew? Y'all need to order one of my books, man. I'm telling you. Hey, I all that old stuff I used to do, I still know how to do that, man. But I just choose to do the right thing and stay out the way, so I don't ever have to go there with nobody, because I know me. You feel me? And so I know my kids, JJ, I know my kids, they not really cut out like that. So I say, you know what? I'm fixing to not be selfish, and I'm going to change for them. I'm going to do everything that I need to do so I can be an example for them. And if they still decide to go that way, that's going to be because they chose to go that way. It ain't going to be because I directed and led them that way. I'm fixing to do everything I can to change the narrative, right? And so that's when I did some self-reflecting. And I just changed it all around, man. And I started having a different purpose, started living for something different, man. Realizing that I will be the generational curse breaker for my family lineage, man. It's going to be people that come behind me, and they're going to be in a different position because I decided to change up what I was doing, where I was going. Because a lot of stuff that I got and I learned is because I was following the people in front of me. And so sometimes, if you don't have nobody in front of you that's God leading and directing you the right way, you're going to go the way everybody else going, and it's just the way that it is. You feel me? And so the next thing you can do, right, you can start rebuilding. After you reflect, rebuild. Set small, actionable goals to regain momentum. Because at some point you gotta start going forward. I don't care how many steps you take back. At some point you got to start moving forward, even if those are little small, minimal, minute steps. But you gotta get you some forward momentum going, because it's easy to get comfortable and just sit back and not do nothing, especially once we done got knocked down. It's easy to just sit back and not do nothing. But I'm telling you, if you like somebody who's desires to do something great and amazing, like you got dreams, you got goals, you got hopes, it's like you want to do something. Like you first generation, you want to be able to go buy your mama a house, you want to be able to retire your wife. Listen, it can happen. It can happen. And so if you get knocked down and knocked out the race, you got to listen. Setbacks are just lessons in disguise, like I said. And so we got to start learning how to flip those setbacks to comebacks. Because even though, like I say, even though you getting pushed back, getting pulled back, you got to understand that just because you getting pulled back, that don't mean you getting knocked all the way out. You might be getting pulled back. You might be getting blocked, pulled back like a slingshot, where you can just change the whole trajectory on your whole everything. And you got to know that, man. The second thing, like I say, is rebuild. Learn how to start putting little small things together so you can rebuild, so you can go higher, so you can do better. Listen, at some point, you got to realize everything that you do, a lot of stuff that you're doing, that's for you. So either you going to figure it out, put the work in, because nobody is obligated to feed you, especially once you become at a certain age and you're a grown man. Ain't nobody obligated to take care of you. People can partner with you and can help you, but at some point, especially as a man, you got to realize, hey, listen, man, a lot of this on you, Bubba. So, hey, look, so either you going to figure it out and start putting one foot in front of the other, or you just go, hey, listen, man, people going to walk past you. I'm telling you, it's a cold world out here. It's a cold world, man. Yeah, for real. And so, but the greatest thing about it is we all have access. As long as you got internet access, you got access to the same information as almost anybody else. Some people got to pay for the information, but hey, sometimes you got to pay to play. You feel me? But hey, we all got an opportunity. And so when you done had a major setback, look at it as a stepping stone. Look at it as a learning life lesson that you can learn from, that you can grow from, something you can do to help you be better, help the people around you be better. That's why I say, like, last time I went to the penitentiary, I was thinking about my kids, man. And I said, I know they're not really cut out like that. They're not built like that. So I got to do any and everything that I can to help change the trajectory on their life. And if they decide to go out and do that, that's on them. They can't say they were witnessing nothing that I was doing. You feel me? And the last thing, you got to rise, man. You got to focus on the bigger picture and remind yourself of your purpose and your vision. You got to figure out your why. What is your why? What is your why? Like Eric Thomas said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. You feel me? You got to figure out what is your why. What is that thing that even whenever people doing this and they doing that, nobody helping you? What is that thing that you're going to be able to think back to in the back of your mind and say, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm not going to quit. And then you put it out, you still keep going no matter what. You got to figure that out right now. You got to figure that out, right? Because listen, if you can figure that out, right, to where you actually know this is my why. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is the reason that when things get hard, I decide not to quit. Even when people not supporting me, I still don't, because I know when I get to this and I do this, the people behind me going to be good. And there's certain things that I'm going to be able to teach them that's going to be able to help keep everything going. That's how I look at it. I don't look at just trying to get somewhere so I can be in this comfortable place. And now, man, I want to get to a place in my life where I can have the information, I can have the resources, and then I can get certain people that I know reach to other certain people, and I can bring them in a room and I can show them, hey, listen, this is what I've been learning. This is what you can do with this, and this is how you do that, man. And start putting the pieces together and helping people understand, man, listen, at the end of the day, you got to know you got greatness inside of you that the Creator has intentionally, and listen, man, he put it in there for you for a time such as this. And you got to know that, because you got to know, listen, you got to know that God, he sits outside of time. He knew you from the second you was in your mother's womb. Appreciate the follow, fam. He knew you since you was in your mother's womb. And because of that, he knew what was going to be happening to you right now, January 27, 2025. He knew what you was going to be in need of. He knew what you was going to have. And guess what he did? He's already equipped you no matter how old you are. You got to realize you got something inside of you right now that he's put inside of you. All you got to do is figure it out. It's called your gift. And we all got one, because God is no respecter of a person. And if you can just figure that out, man, and start pulling it out like me, I'm telling y'all right now, because y'all know I'm real, I'm transparent, I ain't going to lie to you, and I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing to you, man. Listen, bro, I've realized that God has given me a gift of speaking, right? And so I can speak on a lot of things, but I love speaking about overcoming and going through things and setbacks and having, you know, because that's what I've been through in my life. And I know how to take those and get talking points and make a whole message. I could be sitting there talking to somebody and it'll just start coming out of nowhere. And I've realized that. So guess what I do? I've learned how to cultivate my skills, because you got to realize having a gift and a talent is almost having a superpower that you've been equipped with. And here's the thing. Everybody got different superpowers because there's so many different needs on the earth, right? If everybody had the same thing, then that means everybody would have the same problem. But we all don't have the same problem. Some people's problems are physical, mental, emotionally, financially, all different. We all got different problems. Kids tripping, husband, wife tripping, job tripping, bank account low. You're not healthy. You got to eat good. You got disease in your. We all got different problems, man, that we all going through. Nobody is exempt from these problems. And then on the flip side, you got people like doctors. You got bankers. You got creditors. You got basketball players. You got singers. You got all these different people with the gifts that can help meet the needs of the people with the problems. And the reason we see so many needs in the earth is because so many people sitting on their gift. They don't even realize they got something inside of them that if they can just cultivate it, figure out how to use it, where to use it, and go give it to them, man, listen, not only will it change the world, it's going to change their world. Because if you're equipped with something, then that means God knows if I'm going to give you this, it's going to already be something that you like. I'm not fixing to equip you with something and give you a purpose to go do something that you're going to do grudgingly. No, I need you at the highest vibration that you can possibly think of. I need you to be happy that you get to go do this, because energy is real. It can't be created. It can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So the gift and the talent that I've given you and the opportunity and the places that I need you to use it at, I need you to be happy, because when you give it to people, a lot of people ain't gonna never remember your name. They might remember your face, but they will always remember how you made them feel, man. And energy is real. It can't be created. It can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. And that's why I say you got to realize that, man. And the more you understand that, right? The more you understand that, you'll realize that you got something in you, man, that you need to figure it out. And so if you're going through a hard time in life right now, guess what? You got something inside of you. If you can just figure that thing out, put it together, figure out where it need to be used at, and go give it to them the best you can. Hey, listen, give and it'll be given back. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Because when you start going and giving up your gift and your time, you telling God, hey, man, I'm giving you the best I got, fam. And he going to say, I see it. I got you. Because do you realize Time is the most valuable asset that anybody gonna ever possess. You can't get more time back, man. Yeah. So y'all, hey, we gotta think about that, man. So listen, minor setback for a major comeback. You better know that, man. Straight up, bro. So listen, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I'm finna go. TikTok, y'all already know how we do it at 7:30, man. We finna turn up. So listen, I'm gonna pray for y'all and we out of here, man. Heavenly Father, thank you again for just giving me the words to speak to your people, God. I pray that something was said that opened up the hearts of the minds of the people to just show them who they are, show them what they got, and then show them where it can be used, and just show them how great they are, God. We know that you can do all things. The only thing you cannot do is fail. So in the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Say, man, I love y'all. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. See y'all Wednesday, man. TikTok, what's up?